Alright, fifth time's a charm, guys. Hey, Jason aka Heaton here. I'm gonna bring you guys Crusadia Deck profile. You know, on the OTK version I took with me to locals on the 31st. Anyway, gonna hit right into it. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I did not fare so well. I went 1 and 2. I lost 2 matches and I won 1. One was against, the first match was against Stun, which I lost because I was not prepared. And even when I did fix the deck through deciding, it just, didn't go the way I wanted. Then I played Rockets, which I opened the nuts and just was like, I'm sorry. My man Jeremy, I'm sorry, man. I love your deck. I love the combo you pulled off in game 1. I just had to break it. And then I played against the Generators. You know those that boss monster deck? Yeah. That was a good game. That was a good match. I just didn't know how they worked, so I played right into his hands in a way. Anyway, let's get right into it. And just to start this off, we play 3 Maximus. We play 3 Magius. We play 3 Draco. We play 3 Arborea. And 3 Leonis. Now, all you guys that might not know, the Crusadias all share the same first ability that they could be special summoned from the hand in defense mode to where a link monster points to. So pretty much, if you have a link monster that has an unoccupied zone where it's pointing at, guess what? They go right in there, and that's a hard once per turn. Now, their individual effects are as follows. Crusadia Maximus can double. he can target a Crusadia Link monster he points to whenever he's special summon, or normal or special summon, and he can give them double battle damage against monsters. Reclusium, whenever normal or special summon, he can target Crusadia and a card your opponent controls, destroy them. Crusadia Draco, whenever he's normal or special summon, he can get you a Crusadia monster back from your graveyard to your hand, or recycle an extra deck monster, or recycle one of the Crusadia extra deck monsters. Sorry for the slip up. Leonis, whenever he's normal or special summon, he could target a Crusadia Link monster and give him piercing. Then Arborea, whenever Crusadia monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effects, she could banish herself from the field or the graveyard. And instead, so that's pretty much the Crusadias, guys. And then our honorary Crusadia, which is the World Legacy Crown, which can special summon himself in defense mode to wherever a link monster points to. And then it has the effect if a special summon monster from the extra deck tries to use a activated effect, you can, activates an effect. You can quick effect. You can tribute and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So the crown does good things. Now I'm just gonna clear these up, because next we're gonna talk about the Kaiju package, which is 4 Kaijus. They could be any Kaijus, but the ones I have for this deck is Gamma Seal, Dogaran, Radion, and Jizukiru. They're kind of my favorites, that's why I picked them, but their job is, say if your opponent has something problematic, just special summon it by special tribute over their monster that's a problem, and then set it up to where you can take advantage of it. And then you can and if you had 2 in your hand, after you gave 1 to your opponent, you can special summon the other one, since they control 1. So their other effects don't matter, because we're not playing the field spell for their counters or whatever, else we would be playing 3 of this guy. Oh, and that rounds off the monsters. And then, since we're still talking about Kaijus, the important spell card for them, which is Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, Dark Hold the Field, and then you can special summon a Kaiju to each side of the field. pretty much, as the artwork depicts, you probably are going to pick Guardragon and Gamma Seal. Give yourself Guardragon and give them Gamma Seal. Usually it's just a way to bait and negate guys. Now for the Crusadia cards, we have 2 Crusadia Power, which is basically target Crusadia, protects them from, that makes them unaffected by card effects except their own till the end of the turn. The Field Spell, which boosts up all the Crusadia Link monsters by 500 on the field. Then you can target one. It can attack all monsters your opponent controls. And then Crusadia Testament, which either, this is hard once per turn, so you could either make it where your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to your Crusadia monster's effects, or whenever one of your Crusadia links destroys a monster at battle, you draw cards equal to the link rating, which can be helpful. Okay, now our back row hate, Twin Twisters. You're playing 3 of it. You could play any other form of back row removal. You can play MST if you don't want to have the discard, but sometimes you want to have set up, like if you have a couple, like say if you start off with 2 Arborias in hand, and your opponent has some back row, just ditch one of the Arborias. Try to get rid of their back row. You know, that's just a quick example, guys. Alright, this is a combo deck, so you want to stop hand traps or monster effects that are going to annoy you. Usually hand traps, but there is the occasional time where they have a monster in grave and the same monster on the field, which ironically did come up in match 1 with Inspector Border. Yeah, surprisingly I was able to negate that for a bit. It's weird, but... Then you have Mind Control, which, sorry about the focus, guys. You know, it was limited to 2. I was playing 3 before the ban list, but, you know, you gotta live with the list. Anyway, steal one of your opponent's monsters, which always is good to steal it. Sure, it can attack, but that's why you use it to help your plays out. Then we got 2 Insta-Fusion because we play Relinquish, just to suck up an opponent's monster, but you could also play Invoked Raijin if you wanted to. Just depends on your extra deck space. Alright, then we played Taught Desires for our draw power. There is better options, but I personally like the Desires at the moment. If I change it, I might just put one of these as Upstart Goblin and figure out another option later. Alright, World Legacy Succession, which target a monster in your graveyard, special summon to where a Link monster points to. It's very helpful. That's also why we play Monster Reborn. Instead, you can target a monster in either player's graveyard, just bring it out wherever on your side of the field. And this is the secret rare one because it's beautiful. And then our last card of the deck, making it 40, which is our Red Reboot, which was in the side deck until the ban list. Then I was like, you know what? We're going to main it. It did help in the first match. It kind of didn't work too well in match 3. And I didn't see it because I didn't need to see it in match 2. But if I didn't need it, I could always side it out. So, yeah, because you do play more games sided. Anyway, speaking, let's go with the main deck. Let's go with the extra deck, sorry. Since we're done with the main deck. Anyway, just a quick note, all the Crusadia extra deck monsters, whatever they point to, they gain the original attack points of. Magius, we play 2 Magius, you could play 3. We play 2 Regulex, we play Spatha as an option, and then we play 2 Equamax. Now, their effects on their own. Magius, my bad, I just want you guys to see how he looks. Basically, whenever something's special summoned, whenever an effect monster is special summoned to where he points to, you can search for a Crusadia monster from your deck to hand. Regulex, whenever there's an effect monster special summoned to where he points to, you can add one Crusadia spell or trap from deck to hand. Spatha, hers is whenever she has an effect monster special summoned to where she points. She can move one monster in the in either player's main monster zone to another zone, which occasionally comes up. And then my man Equamax, you know, your OTK machine. His other ability is once per turn, quick effect. You can tribute a Crusadia or a World Legacy card this points to, target a card on the field, and negate its effects till the end of the turn. Sorry about the super shine, guys. But that is basically them. And then our expensive boy, aka The Wall, which is Mega Knight Crusadia Avramax. Basically, you just need two, you basically need two monsters special summoned from the extra deck to make him. Usually 2 Link 2s. On rare occasion, it could be Equamax and Relinquish, since that meets the requirements. A Link 3 and then that's monsters. Special summon from the extra deck. Just depends. His effect, anyway. Whenever he's Link summoned, you can't target him with card effect. Well, my bad. There's Link summon cards on the field. You can't target him with card effects. Well, your opponent can't target him with card effects, and he's the only target for monster attacks. And then once per battle, if he's battling a special summon monster, he can gain their attack as his own during damage calc only. And if somehow this Link summon card in your control is sent to a graveyard by your opponent's card, you can non-target shuffle a card from the field back into the deck. Alright, then we have our Nightmare package, which Phoenix, discard a card, pop back row, and Nightmare Unicorn, discard a card, spin something back to the deck. So, yep, usually that's what they are for utility. And now some backup Link 4s. Boral Sword, which is your OTK machine. He can't be destroyed by battle. He can change a monster that's in attack mode to defense mode, and it lets him make a second attack during each battle phase that turn, which normally there's one, unless somebody's playing a really giant card. Then Saryuja, which pretty much is like a backup draw engine if you use 4 materials. Otherwise, it's just a really good Link 4. Your Link Spider for when you get Nibiru'd. And then you have your Relinquish and Link Karibo package, which basically instant fusion out Relinquish, suck up one of your opponent's problem cards, and then usually link right off into Link Karibo to give yourself an arrow without using your normal summon. That's just one of the options. Now that was the extra deck, guys. There might be some room to change. Now let's go with the side deck. And the only note I'm going to make for the side deck is the Droll and Lockbirds that I play are a new addition to it. Because at locals, I forgot to switch these out for the Ghost Spells that I was playing. The Ghost Bellas and Haunted Mansion, which did not help at all. So, just a quick thing. Play Droll. It's so much better. And that's how I'm starting this off, is with Droll. Then if you're forced to go first, there can only be one. I'm playing 3 of it. Might change, because, I don't know, I'm just not sure about this card in the side just yet. And keeping it in the side. It might change. Anyway, 3 Nibiru, because sometimes you might play another combo deck and you just want to be like, okay, got my own rock ready. Then, my favorite hand trap, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Just gotta love being able to just be like, bye-bye. You might still get your effect, but that card is not on the field. Then, Dino Wrestler Prankatops. You only play one of them now because of the ban list. Might try to incorporate him into the main deck in the future. Just so that way I can figure out to put another Ghost Ogre or something in. And then the 3 Ash Blossom for, well, let's be honest. It's Ash. You're gonna need it to stop searching and all that. Anyway, guys, that was deck profile. Changes are possibly move Prankatops to the main deck. And possibly I might even try the invoked version. Anyway, guys, I really hope you like that deck profile. Sorry about the cotton pauses and all that. But I do hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you do like and subscribe and also comment, because I do like reading comments and I will engage. Oh yeah, I also forgot, follow me on Twitter at Heaton927. That's the best way to stay updated for videos, and I might be revealing a little sneak peek on my next deck, on my next video, very soon. Alright, catch you guys later. Bye.